As always, you can ask me questions live and I'll address them here. Let's start off with this resume. Now, what I'm looking at right here is a resume someone sent me. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. This is from quote unquote Fred Costa, who is a MBA and he is a senior program and IT manager. And I told him that I would take a look at his resume. It looks like a very solid resume, by the way. Really, really good work here. It's really filling out a lot of information. This person has a lot of experience stretching over many, many years and pretty versatile and stuff. And he just wanted me to look at the resume. So that's what I'm going to do. So as much as possible, I'll read this because I know some people listen to this on podcasts, so I'll explain as much as I can. So as I said, it's a senior program and IT project manager. I'm just going to try to streamline this as best I can, but really this is such a great resume. I don't know how much I can really add to it. It's very robust. He's got lots of keywords. I'm looking through it and I'm it's really good. So it's got a lot of stuff in it. So I don't really know how much I can improve on this, but I'll give it a shot. Maybe I can add some tips here and there on this one. All right. So the first line starts off with executive summary, where he breaks down a whole page worth of highlights in the resume. I would get this way down to like a few paragraphs. This first executive summary goes on for pages, one whole page. And I think that kind of defeats the purpose of an executive summary, because an executive summary, you kind of want to the idea behind an executive summary, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but is that whoever's going to read this is an executive and they need to get the facts quickly and they need to move on. And in a resume with an executive summary or overview or whatever you want to call it in the beginning of it, you want to just hit all the most important things as an overview in just a couple sentences that like very high impact that sum up the whole resume quickly. But he's kind of made a mini resume in the beginning, so I would definitely cut this down. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut some of this down. I'm just going to briefly skim through this. It says the first part of the executive summary says, senior program and IT manager with deep experience in leading and training organization ranging from 1,100 to 1,500 personnel, including strategic planning operations. And I would actually leave it at that. And then it goes on. All right, this first part's good. I think that has an impact, has numbers. That's great. The next section has advanced skills in project management, cyber portfolio management, building, training plans, collecting data, and cross-department agency collaborations, expertise in multinational cyber weapons within high-profile environments, for example, working with commercial liaisons. And then he just goes into this mini resume. So what I would do is I would cherry pick some of the good stuff. Like right here, he's got a clearance. I would put that right on top. I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff here below. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got like 10 paragraphs underneath this, and this is all in executive summary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cherry pick a couple things. I'm going to put them in the top. And he's got managed. He's got TSSCI, that's something you want to put on top. He's got, what we'll do is we'll bulletize it. We'll bulletize it. And then, okay, TSSCI, we're going to bulletize that. We're going to take managed major 4-year, $500 million IT weapon system program. Okay, I'm going to take that first part. It just goes on and on about all this other stuff, which sounds great, but it's just, we want it to be a summary, so we're gonna do the best we can with that. Then the next paragraph says serves as project manager with responsibility of overall management. Okay, this one's kind of mediocre. And the next one is assign programs. Okay, I'll put this in here because this cybersecurity is a good, nice, solid keyword. We're gonna make that bulletize that one. And then I think that's it. Now he's got more stuff here, and he could totally go through and get more stuff in here. But I think we got the gist of the main things here. So I'm going to delete all these other paragraphs here. Now he's got another copy, so I can mess around with this one and just to kind of give an idea of what I would do on this resume. And this is by no stretch of the imagination the end all be all ideas, you know what I mean? This is just what I would do. This is, and what I would do, it might not be the right answer, but I'm just telling you what has been successful for me. Yeah, okay, we're just going to go ahead and remove this one. He's got some other good stuff in here too, but for the purposes of getting straight to the point, I'm going to go ahead and bulletize these items. So now what we have is, it starts off with executive summary. This is solid to put inside of LinkedIn. So this right here, this first executive summary, LinkedIn has this section. Let me see if I can go to LinkedIn real quick, so I can show you what I'm talking about. LinkedIn is one of the best, in my opinion, places to market your resume. I got a whole course about how to market your resume and walks you through marketing your resume on LinkedIn, where I break down exactly how I've been able to get all these super great job offers on LinkedIn nonstop with really under 500 contacts. Now I now have over 500 contacts, apparently. Just found that out just looking in this thing. But what I'm doing right now is I want to show you exactly what I have in my profile. This first part, here's my profile right here. I'm looking at my profile. I'm in LinkedIn, and I just want to show you that there's a place where you can put the executive summary, and here it is. Executive summary would go right in this about section here, but this has a limited amount of characters in it. See how this is pretty long, and it summarizes things, and it gets straight to the point of what I want to do here. Exactly what I want. Everything I want and all the most impactful things are right here in the summary, and that's what you want to do for your executive summary in the about portion here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get out of this. I don't want to discard changes right there. And so yeah, that's what you want to do with your resume. This first part, executive summary, would go in the about section of your LinkedIn page, and now Dice.com and Career Builder and all the others, Career J, all those other ones have a section where you can put an about section there. Some of them don't, but that's where you would put that in there. And you want to be very hard hitting so that somebody think to yourself like this: a person has about a few minutes to look at your resume. What do you want them to see first, and what do they want them to get through? And these are people who are going through hundreds or maybe even thousands of resumes. You want to have as great as impact as possible. You want to get straight to the point. You do not want to have a mini resume inside your executive summary. And so that's what I try to do here. So that's what I would recommend. Now let's kind of get into the meat of this resume here. Now that the executive summary or about section is out of the way, we're going to move on to the actual jobs. Now, he's got Imagine Technologies Management and current place of work. That's good. And he's got tons of keywords. This is just really good. This is just a really good resume. Like I'm just trying to at a loss of where I could actually improve upon this. This is really good. He's got, okay, I'm just going to read one. It's going to read one to give you an example how good this resume is. Provide full life cycle support for the development, deliveries, and sustainment of the assessment and authorization ANA Navy Risk Management Framework life cycle. This is awesome. This is lots of keywords. Only thing I would probably add here: full life cycle support. So here's a keyword we could put here. You could put SDLC. This means software development lifecycle. So when he says provide full life cycle support, and then in parentheses we put software development lifecycle for development, deliveries, and sustainment of the assessment and authorization ANA. And then it goes into all this great information. This is really, really good stuff. So I would not, that's the only thing I would add there. Then he goes on to say, experience with Department of Navy authorizing official requirements, Department of Navy risk management frameworks, specific template requirements, documentation, guidance, guidelines, and procedures. Experience with any of the following technologies, and then he lists a whole bunch of technologies. That's definitely how you do it. This is how you do it. This guy could do a master's class on a resume. This is good stuff. He's got tons and tons of keywords here. Goes into Sarbanes-Oxley. I would put SOX just in case somebody's looking for that keyword. I would add that there, and then goes into the next portion. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, the only part that I would change is the first part. I would make the summary way smaller, and then let me see if there's anything at the end here that we could add that little trick that I like to put in here. Enrolled in CISSP course. Okay, look at that. So he doesn't have a CISSP, but he's saying I'm enrolled in it. Oh, I see he's got some certifications though. Okay, this is good. CISA Plus certified. All right, let's see if we got any really heavy hitting certs here. Cyber Threat Intelligence Certificate, VRAM Management Training, Civilians Cybersecurity Familiarity Course. Okay, there's nothing really big in here. So what I would do is once I got like a solid certification, like a Security Plus, I'm not sure how big a CISA Plus is, but you could probably put this in the beginning of your resume. The point is you want to put one of these certifications in the top so that they see it, because a lot of technical recruiters, they're looking for certifications. They're keyword heavy and they're looking for certifications. So what he could do is scrolled back up to the top of the resume and I copied one of his certifications, a CISA Plus, on the top right after his MBA, and put that right on top. That's it. That's what I would do. That's how I would do it. And then now the heavy lifting is going to be in taking all of this data, taking all your best stuff and putting it on LinkedIn, putting it on dice.com, putting it on let me put it to you this way. The more places you put this awesome resume that's keyword heavy, the more opportunities you will have to make more money. And that's it. That is it. All right, I'm going to move on to another subject. Got about 6 people watching. If you guys have any questions or anything you want me to cover while we're here, feel free to ask, type it in, and we will address it.